everyone, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on that button and deciding to watch this video today. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for everything you do to support my channel. So I am going to make a piece of wall decor, kind of a boho style. I've seen a lot of people doing it lately, and I absolutely love that boho country cross style. It's very much the 60s and 70s to me, which is something I was very familiar with, that whole homemade vibe. And I am going to use this that I got. It's just a hula hoop that I got at the Dollarama for $2. And I am going to cover the hoop with this craft cord. Now I've got a bunch of beads sorted out here as well. But this, let's see if I can get this off of here. This craft cord is, I got this at the Dollarama. So for people that don't have a Dollar Tree around in Canada and they have a Dollarama, this craft cord is really, really nice. And it's 8 feet for $1.50, but it's very soft and very thick. And what I did was took the 3 pieces that are twisted, and you can see here that there's 3 pieces, and I took them and I unraveled 2 full lengths of the cord. So I have 6 of these pieces like this. And I also had a couple extra left over from when Bethy did her project. So she used some of this as well with her hula hoop. And I will show you hers at the end of the video. I'll put a picture of that in as well, because hers turned out really cute and she did it all herself. So I am going to take this apart. It has a little handful of, little crushed white stone in here. Just little white stones in here to give it this, that whole hula hoop noise-making thing that they do with them. And I'm going to take this apart right here because this is joined. I'll take this off, open it up, take the stones out, put it back together, and glue it so it's good and solid. So I'm going to do that first. So let me just get my craft knife here. Whoop. I'm just going to cut this right down the middle like that so that I can peel that off of there. Just like this. Oh, thank you, Beth. Beth's going to put these beads all into a container for me so that I don't fight with them through this whole video. Whoops. So you see they're already coming out. So all you have to do is pull this apart and shake those little stones out of there. And that's exactly what's in here. It is just a little handful of little white stones. Now you can toss them if you're not going to use them for anything, or you can just put them in with some other stone bits and save them. And I'm going to take this apart and I am going to put just a little bit of this rapid grip. I think I got this at Dollar Tree. It's just that multi-purpose glue. So I am going to put a little wee bit of this on here, not much, just a little wee bit, and spread it around. And I'm going to stick it into here and let that stick. And then I am going to put just a little bit on this side. I'm not even putting it everywhere, just a few little dots and spots around. And then I'm going to put this. that together like that, give it a shove, and once that dries, that'll never come apart again. But just to be sure, because I'm always doing extra, that's terrible. It smells like that Fix-All. It actually smells like plastic cement, or that, yeah, contact cement, is that what it's called? Contact cement. My husband has used that a few times to do some repair jobs, and that stuff really stinks. So if you are going to use that, make sure you do it in an open space. Have windows open, or... So all I'm using is, this is like electrical tape. So I'm just dropping a little bit of that around because it stretches nice and tight. And then that is secure. Now to start wrapping this around the hula hoop, I am just going to take my hot glue gun. I'm going to put a little bit, I'm just going to put a little bunch of glue, just a little line down the middle, so that when I kind of twist this together, it'll stay like that. And then I am going to take the same Flex-All glue. I am going to, I guess this is the Rapid Grip, not the Flex-All, sorry. I am going to put a little bit of that on there, just a dot, to put this in, just like that. But I'm going to put, I don't know if you can see or not, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue there to hold that, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my, oh, I better move my hot glue gun. I'm going to take my hula hoop, and I am going to hold it in front of me like this, and then I am just going to start winding, and I'm just going to do it like this. As I go, because this may unravel a little bit, I'm going to try to make sure that I keep it tightly woven so that I have these little rows and it doesn't start to blend into just a big bunch of threads. So I am going to continue around like this until I have my whole hula hoop all done like this.
Play.
Okay, so I'm almost to the end of my first bit of string, and I put a little dot of hot glue here to hold it so that this won't unravel, and this is all nicely woven around. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach the next bit of string to this. So even this cord here, once it's a single strand, it still opens up into 4 or 5 other strands. So I'm going to take my next ball of yarn, or not yarn, string, and I am going to open up just a little bit at the end like this, and then I'm going to take these strings and I am going to mix this all together. To do that, I'm just going to take my hot glue gun, put a couple of little lines of glue across like this, and then I'm going to turn this in on itself, and then I am going to roll this all into one like that. So basically I just have a thicker spot now in my string, and I can keep going, and that shouldn't come undone at all. That should hold there fairly well, especially because there's going to be no pressure on this once it's wrapped around. I can put it down like this, and now I can just keep wrapping. So I'm going to go around 4 or 5 times like this, and then I'm going to work this in. So making sure that I'm still twisting the rope so that it looks nice and tight. I am going to just wrap that thick one around like that and keep going. So I'm past it now. So I have the next bunch of these started. And that's how I'm going to join it. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to continue all the way around the rope, or all the way around the hoop. Okay, so I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I've got this wrapped, and I'm going to come around. I'm just kind of eyeballing it to see which part I like the best. And I like this. So I like that at the top. This has got a couple of little frayed edges. Not much, but a couple of little frayed edges. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this same cord, and I am going to take strands of it about this long, I guess about 18 inches long, about that length. And I am going to, I'm just going to cut this here. And this one at the bottom as well, so that I have two strands. And then I am going to take this, and I am just gonna, you know how you take a loop and you pull this through. So I'm gonna pull it through from the back to the front so that I do it the same on each one. And I'm gonna do this, and then when I pull it tight, I'm gonna pull it tight like this. And when I pull it nice and tight like that, I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to put some hot glue right there. And then I am going to hot glue that piece up. Just like that. Wipe off anything that's showing. I didn't need to put that much, but just a little bit, just a tad, so that this doesn't come undone. So I have that, and I'm going to do that in a section across the bottom. Once again, I'll use this one. And this one, I don't need to have it to be too long. Like that. So I'm just going to take two strands. That are pretty much the same. They don't have to be identical. I'm not going for perfection or for a specific size. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch to start with, and already I've done that wrong. See how easy it is to make a mistake? So I am going to go from the front to the back and pull it through, because I want this little line to go across the front. So that's what I'm going to do. So if I put these 4 strands together and then tighten them up like this, I'm just going to keep pulling them till they're nice and tight. I'll go back when I'm done, and I will tighten up all of these again and put a little dab of hot glue on them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go across the bottom. Okay, so I've got this far. I have tied all the pieces. So to wrap this and to go down the bottom, depending on how thick you want it. So I have used 4 of these ropes. So that's 5, 7, 8. So this is going to cost about $10 to make if I include the cost of the wooden balls, because these I got at the thrift shop on a long string for $1. So under $10 for this project. So the next part, I'm going to, before I trim this to the shape that I want, the next thing I'm going to do is go through all of these little strands, and I am going to unwind them and pull them all apart so that they're all frayed out. So I'm just gonna untwist and pull them apart and untwist some more and keep doing that until I have these all separated. So I may get Elizabeth to help me with this, but when I have these all frayed out, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to trim the bottom of this and add the wooden beads. So I have it all, this part all untangled. Elizabeth helped me. So we unraveled. We didn't do every single thread, but we made it into smaller strands. So we've got this all unraveled like that. And I am going to just add a bunch of beads into it. It's just hanging there. So I wanted to make sure that it was even so I can space the beads out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to space the beads out. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to trim it so that these two are the same length, and then these two are the same length, and so on until I have it all trimmed up and nice. So I'll be back when it's finished. I absolutely love the look of it. So I'll be back when it's all finished and I'll show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so this, I left the top plain. And that's what the bottom looks like, just like that. And I got to say, I really do love it. I love the bottom of this. I've got an idea of maybe something to do to, you know, fill in the middle a little bit. I may add on to it. If I do, I will show you the update. But for right now, this is my boho style dream catcher for my wall, and it is from the top to the bottom. This is about 40 inches, so it's pretty big. Yeah, it took me most of the day to finish it. So I just wanted to show you Bethy's project that she did with her hula hoop. So she did the same thing. She wrapped the hula hoop with the same cord that I did. And then she used this really cool, I'll show you a close-up right here. So she used this really cool fluffy yarn, and it was in this two-tone color. I showed it during my haul. And she put a star on the inside of her hoop, and then she put this fringe on the bottom. So she chose to add in some of this gold metallic ribbon, or I don't even know. It's just stuff that I got to do some Christmas projects with. So she decided to add that in as a hint of color. And I love what she did with this piece here. So sorry for the shadows, but my lighting is really terrible right now. Yeah, it's gotten dark. So I love how she crisscrossed the yarn over top of that gold cord to make one of them a little bit different. And she left her fringe on the bottom all jagged. She said she liked it like that. So that's hers. I think she did an amazing job. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up. Go grab yourself one of these hula hoops and make your own. And if you do, go over to my Facebook page. I'm My Crafty Dan on Facebook as well, and share it there so that I can see it. Or tag me in Instagram. I am My Crafty Dan there as well. So, yeah. I guess that's it, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Be safe, stay healthy, and have a great day. Bye-bye.